Got to see. You got to turn your camera on. Got to be able to see.
Your Honor.
Cameras on. Stay on mute. Feel careful, everybody. Everybody, turn your camera on. Go ahead, Miss Claudia. It's right. You got to turn some lights on. I got to see.
She says she passed her like a tree.
Cameras on. Stay on mute.
That's an absolutely new metaphor, but I am stealing it.
All right, everybody. First thing I need you to do is go to the chat button. Everybody in here should have went to Zoom.us and watched the video on how to operate this. Go ahead, Ms. Claudia.
Por favor, vayan abajo donde dice chat, CHAT, y aprieten. Todos deben saber cómo utilizar el chat. Aprieten chat.
Ask Mr. Garcia if he's driving.
Señor García, ¿usted está manejando? Señor García, mueva la cabeza, sí o no. ¿Está manejando, señor?
Everybody's camera on. So put your email in the chat.
Pongan su correo electrónico en el chat.
Camera on.
Dejen prendida su cámara.
When I call your name, take yourself off mute.
Cuando yo llame su nombre, se quitan de estar en mudo.
And Miss Wright, just shake your head. Are you ill? Are you sick? Get out of bed.
Señora Wright, ¿está enferma? No, entonces levanta. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Nobody lays in the bed. Nobody drives a car. All right?
Nadie puede estar recostado en la cama ni puede estar manejando.
When I call your name, take yourself off mute and say here. Talk to Juana McCauley.
Cuando llame su nombre, diga estoy aquí.
Desmond Thomas. Mr. Thomas hasn't been served, ma'am. Your TPO is going to expire. Reach out to your advocate and reapply.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Right, this is Rosicio Ramirez.
Rocio Ramírez.
And Arturo Garcia.
Y Arturo García.
Good morning, Judge. Craig Lewis here for Arturo Garcia. I'm sorry.
All right, let's see. Rocio Morales Ramirez. I'm probably messing it up. I think you probably have it now.
Rocio Morales Ramírez.
Judge, would it be okay if I gave him a call?
Sure.
Thank you.
Arturo, what's the rest of his name?
Oh, we got it. Rocio Morales Ramirez.
Maria, what is the rest of his name?
Arturo Garcia Tobar.
Arturo García Tobar.
All right. Stand by, Mr. Lewis. We'll see.
I got it, Maria.
Sean Walker.
Here. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Jones appearing for Ms. Sean Walker.
Where's a Christopher Coleman? Somebody named Christopher Coleman is supposed to represent Sean Walker.
He is the lead attorney. I am the associate. My name is also on the appearance.
Oh, it didn't matter. Oh, okay, because I was on here with Christopher Coleman. Tavia Smith.
Spell his first name, Maria.
A-R.
Here.
All right, sir, got you. Have you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Jones, see if you can work this situation out?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Have you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Jones to see if y'all can work this out?
No, I haven't had an opportunity.
You like that?
Yeah, I like an opportunity.
All right. Jones, I'll put you in breakout room. I'll put you in breakout room 1, Mr. Smith. When you go there, there's a button you can click. It says leave the breakout room. If you mess up and you leave the meeting, you have to just rejoin, okay? Calhoun, you're about to make me have a,
I know, I'm trying to,
so you'll have to do something, log out, log back on, because I can't do that.
okay.
All right, Emma Brothers.
Here, Your Honor. Your Honor, Tracy Dorfman on behalf of Ms. Brothers.
Right, and David Santiago.
Good morning, Your Honor.
David.
Eli Bennett on behalf of Mr. Salamanca, Your Honor.
All right, so
Estoy aquí de
There
parte
you
del
are.
señor Salamanca.
Who is his attorney?
Eli Bennett. Maybe we can talk, counsel.
Are you with Jerome Lee?
Correct.
Es Eli Bennett de parte de Jerome Lee del despacho de abogados. ¿Podemos hablar? Le dijo la abogada Dorman.
do your clients need an interpreter?
Your Honor, my client is actually pretty well conversational, if not fluent in English. I think we'd be willing to, forego the interpreter for the purpose of this hearing. I don't believe it'll be necessary, but I appreciate her being here.
Okay, well, I think we need her on the other one, right?
Your Honor, we're ready for the hearing.
Right, so you want to go and speak to Mr. Bennett?
We definitely need the 12-month protective order in this case, so I don't know how much there would be to discuss, but if Mr. Bennett wants to consent, I'll be glad to talk to him.
All right, we'll put y'all in breakout room 2. You guys can chat for a few minutes. I mean, you don't have to make it all day.
All right. Okay, do I automatically go there, or you?
I just put you in one, and I'm just looking for Mr. Bennett's name on it. Whoever iPhone is, change your screen name.
I apologize, Your Honor. Have I been sent to a breakout room yet?
I'm trying to give you
Okay.
right there. All right, there you go.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, the Abonius Giles and Kitra Winter. Abonius Giles. Kintrell Winter. Kintrell Winter. Mr. iPhone with no shirt on?
Yes. Cantrell Winters.
Okay, well, how about you get out of the bathroom, turn your camera on, go put a shirt on, then come back and turn the camera on, get your clothes on. I'm gonna turn the camera off. You turn it back on once you get dressed. All right. Abonius Giles. Anything, Sasha? Shonda Pope.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Derek Willis.
Huh?
Derek Willis has not been served. It says they're unable to locate that lot or that address, ma'am. The case is reset until April the 7th at 12:30. If you feel like it, you can reach out to your advocate. They can give you more information. Make sure that you place your email in the chat so that we will have it. That's when we're going to send you your reset notice and your sheriff's form. You need to fill that sheriff's form. You need to fill that sheriff's form out today. Send it back to Ms. Reed before 4 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Once you place your email in the chat, you can leave the meeting. Adriana
Okay.
Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
and DeMarcus Rose.
I'm here, Your Honor.
You still wanting to go forward, Ms. Wright?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, however, this really is a waste of my time because we both live in the same apartments and I already got legitimized, so I'm not willing to. She can put this in order, but this is a waste of my time for being at court, because this is really not needed. We live in the same apartments, and we have a.
She think that it's needed, so it's not a waste of her time.
What she can? This is a waste of my time because I have a doctor's
I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. But what are you saying? Because she wants a hearing to get a TPO.
Then it's fine. I'm not.
Okay, then, Mr. Ross, I'll tell you what. Once you place your email in the chat, and we'll go ahead and give you one.
That's fine. fine. I mean, I have a
Okay, that's
doctor's
fine.
appointment.
Place your email and check, because God knows I don't want to waste any of your time.
You said place my email in the chat.
That's exactly what I said.
I like it.
Or do you know
I
his
did.
email, Miss Wright? You got your email in there?
I thought I did. Because that's why I got when they served him.
Did you place your email in the chat here?
I'm doing it now.
Okay, hold on, Miss Wright. Miss Wright, did you place your email in the chat?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's see. You got it in there, Mr. Ralston?
Yes, ma'am. I just placed it.
All right. If you put it in there, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting. Miss Wright, raise your right hand.
Okay.
You confirm everything about your testimony is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, everything you petition is true and correct.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you place your hand down. You still want this TPO for 12 months?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to see Mr. Rule's email. So if you have it, do you mind placing that in the chat along with yours?
I don't know.
I placed mine. Mine is Adriana Wright.
No, I don't want you to say it out loud. Do you know his?
I can probably find it for you.
Okay, if you don't mind, you
No.
can place it in the chat or email it to Miss Ruth.
Your Honor, I placed mine in the chat. It's the Black Cartel 583.
Black Cartel.
Yeah, Black Cartel 583 at gmail.com.
All right, Miss Wright will send you a copy of the order.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll send you a copy too. I hated to waste your time, Mr. Rule.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Kirby Smith.
Here, here, Your Honor.
Carolyn Waring. Carolyn Waring.
Your Honor, to my knowledge, last time I heard about.
Yes, Miss Smith, are you still willing to go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, raise your right hand. You swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Yes? Miss Smith?
Honor.
Okay. Is everything in your petition still true?
Your Honor.
Well, I knew that. I knew
Yes,
she
Your
was
Honor.
safer than fake.
All right. You still feel in fear for your safety?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You want this in place for
Carol
12 months?
bears my knowledge, Your Honor, in
Just listen
jail.
to my questions. You still want this in place for 12 months?
Wow.
Do you still want this in place for 12 months?
Can you hear me? Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. If you placed your email in the chat, you can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Ma'am, how would I do that? Just go to the participants.
Alrighty. I don't even know how I'm getting there today.
Judge, I can put her email in the chat for
Okay,
you.
we appreciate it. She'll give your email to us, Ms.
He
Smith.
told
You
me
can go
your
ahead and leave
son's
the
not
meeting.
feeling good.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Siobhan Austin.
I know.
Good morning, Your Honor.
David Austin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. Austin, are you still wanting to go forward?
Wow. What is
Myself?
she so mad about?
Yes.
I mean, listen,
No.
this is why I never say
Not wanting to
anything
go forward
to
with this
anyone
TPO.
about, I mean, I'm not grabbing complaints, but I don't
You've
ever make it
spoken
like
with,
official, you know?
The advocate, Sasha.
So I don't
No.
understand why she'd be that
Sasha,
fucking
you're
mad.
a
That goddamn thing
co-host,
was
so you want to
empty.
take her in there and make sure she hasn't been, that it's okay?
Sure, and I'm sorry, who is this? I was just sending you the
Siobhan
email.
Austin.
Okay, thank you.
So go in there with Sasha. Mr. Austin, you hang up just a second, okay? She's gonna talk to Miss Austin and then she's gonna come back, all right? And Miss Austin, go to the breakout room when she sends you there.
Yes, ma'am.
Derisha Myrick.
Yes.
Kadarius Garther.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
All right. When did you get served, sir?
Oh, I think this was like a
Well, yeah.
few weeks ago. I don't remember the.
Who served you?
I guess it would have been security guard on site at the
Oh my
apartment
God.
at her mom's tell where I was standing.
Was it a deputy sheriff?
No, ma'am.
That's not good.
We don't have proof of service. So, you want to acknowledge service and go forward today?
I mean, we here. We might as well, just get it over with.
Mr. Free's going to type up something and share it with you shortly and ask you to give your permission for it to sign your name. Calvin Cradle.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, love you too. Bye.
Kayla Calhoun.
Your Honor, Sean Whitworth here for Ms. Calhoun, and she's present. And I believe Mr. Cradle wants to dismiss this, if I'm correct, Mr. Cradle?
I had said that.
Mr. Cradle, we're making this easy. Do you want to go forward or not?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I stand
Taylor, you told Mr. Whitworth you didn't want to go forward.
I said that I had messaged in the chat. I said I started legitimation, so I just wanted to see the kids. That was it, just not her. But he I don't know how he took that, but he was like, "This is a separate action." So I was just like, "Yeah." When he asked me, did I want to? He said, "Do you want to dismiss this?" Oh, I read that wrong.
I'm taking a whole lot of time to say it.
I read that wrong.
What did you say, Sasha?
I read that wrong. I said, yeah, but I wanted
She
to.
wants to dismiss.
Mr. Cradle, stand by. Sasha.
She wants to dismiss. She feels safe and she knows she can come back here.
Okay, so Mr. and Miss Austin, if y'all will both place your emails in the chat, we'll email you a copy of the dismissal. And I'm glad you were able to work it out. Hopefully I don't see you guys again.
Also, Judge, position 2, Ms. Ramirez joined.
Okay.
May I go, Your Honor? This is David Alston.
Thank you, Mr. Austin. You can leave.
Good day.
El señor Ramírez ya está presente.
Okay, can you ask Ms. Ramirez if she still wants to go forward?
Señorita, la señora Ramírez, ¿usted quiere proseguir pidiendo la orden de alejamiento?
She has to take herself off.
No se oye, está en mudo, señora. Póngase al micrófono porque está en mudo. Apriete donde está. Ok. Okay. ¿Quiere usted proseguir pidiendo la orden de alejamiento?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 1 second. All right. Habonius Giles. Anything from Habonius Giles? Sasha.
Judge, can I give him a call real fast?
Okay.
Thank you.
Ya se puede poner en mudo.
Is there anybody's name who's a party that did not call your name?
¿Hay alguien que no haya escuchado su nombre, que es una de las partes en uno de estos casos?
No, yo sí.
No. Usted póngase en mudo. Alguien que sea un testigo.
All right, Mr. Lewis, if you want to stand down a second, we'll take Mr. Whitworth and then we'll take yours, okay?
Your Honor,
Yes.
Brothers versus Salamanca is definitely ready for a short hearing.
Okay. All right. I think this other one might be too. Mr. Cradle, Ms. Calhoun, y'all have any witnesses or just yourselves?
I have a witness.
Where's your witness?
Nina Serrano. She should be in the call. Hold on.
Does she need a Spanish interpreter?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm.
Okay, I just.
What does Nina know specifically, firsthand?
She's been there while me and Mr. Credo had.
You say she's been there and has firsthand knowledge of things that have happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Whitworth, you got any witnesses besides your client?
That's it, Your Honor. And I'm representing Ms. Calhoun.
Ms. Calhoun, yeah, besides your client, Ms. Calhoun.
That's correct.
All right. Sorry, I called. All right, I need Calvin Cradle. Sorry about that. Calvin Cradle.
Yes.
You got any witnesses beside yourself?
No.
All right. All right, you and Ms. Calhoun, raise your right hand. Y'all swear affirm testimony about to give the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Cradle, you need to tell me why you're seeking a domestic violence order against Ms. Calhoun. Start from the most recent event, work backwards. And I'm sure that you're not a lawyer, and Mr. Whitworth's on here, he's gonna object. When he objects, you stop talking. When I start talking, you stop talking. Okay?
Okay.
Start from the most recent event. You got to be specific. You got to give me a date. If you don't know the date, you at least say 2 weeks ago. If you say in February, you got to tell me what year. This is not a good thing. She threatened me Tuesday. I don't know what that is. You got to be specific. All right? Go ahead.
In February of this year, I had just got home from being out of town, and I got into like a argument over some things that happened between us, and she just texted me one night and said she was outside. And like I was asking her why was she outside of my house? Like I just moved in here like not that long ago from that date. And she was saying she wanted to talk. We was gonna talk about the kids, and I kept telling her go home. She said she wasn't going anywhere. So I let her in thinking we could talk. And long story short, we got to talking. And then I had to ask her to leave because she kept getting loud. And she said she wasn't going nowhere. She wouldn't leave. So that's when I had called the police. And while I'm on the phone with the dispatch or whatever you call it, they were telling me basically just to stay like a couple feet away from her. And as I'm on the phone with them, she's throwing stuff. She threw her phone at my head, and then when she got by the front door, she decided to tip over my TV that I just bought, and it broke. And then she ran out the door, and pretty much after that, the cops were already there, and I just told them to let her go, because I didn't want to see her, get locked up. That's still the mother of my kids. But basically, that was the most recent thing that happened between us. Since then, we haven't seen each other or anything.
So she yelled at you, threw her phone at your head, and knocked your television out.
Yes.
I miss anything?
No.
All right. Mr. Whitworth, you have any questions?
Just a couple, Your Honor. Mr. Cradle, can you hear me?
Yes.
You said you made a statement to the police that day when they arrived, correct?
Yes.
And in that statement, according to the police report, you stated that she was exiting the apartment and she unintentionally used the TV to catch her balance and it tipped over. Do you remember telling the cop that?
Yeah, I told the cop that after I told him that she pushed it over.
Okay.
Because I said I don't want to see her get locked up.
And then you stated to the police that she accidentally knocked over the TV and exited the apartment. That's what the statement you made to the police, correct?
That's what I told them. I never wrote a statement.
Well, that's what the police report stated. And the police officer, because you stated that she did not intentionally damage the TV, there was no arrest. Do you recall that?
I told them that it was an accident after I told them that she took it over. Because the officer said it didn't look like an accident.
So you came and got a TPO, and you stated under oath that she knocked the TV over to the family advocate, correct?
Say that again?
You stated to the family advocate when you got the TPO that she pushed the TV over. That's what you have in your petition for your TPO, correct?
I guess, yeah.
So who were you lying to? Were you lying to the police officer, or were you lying to the intake officer for the TPO?
I just told you. I said I told the police that because I didn't want her to get locked up, and the police told me. They said if this isn't an accident, she's going to jail tonight.
Okay, so you lied to the police.
That's what you want to call it, yeah.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Is that it, Mr. Cradle? Stop swinging in your chair. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything, Mr. Whitworth?
Your Honor, we'll just ask to dismiss his TPO petition at this time. I don't think it meets the legal threshold of statutory guidelines at all. And he's impeached himself on the stand. He clearly has misrepresented facts to law enforcement, either to this court or law enforcement, whichever fact pattern the court believes. So I think he's failed to meet the burden of proof on his TPO today.
All right. You want to respond to that, Mr. Cradle?
I have more than enough evidence to prove anything as far as that. But if you want to say that, actually, no, you know what? I don't have anything to say.
Okay. I'll grant your motion for judgment. You can decide and I'll deny it. You didn't present enough cases that meet the threshold to get this extended. Once you place your email in the chat, Chalk, and I'll leave. Good to see you, Mr. Whitworth. Thank you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll go ahead and remove Mr. Reno.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And Judge, position 5 is on now.
All right. Habonius. You gotta turn your camera on. Gotta see something more than a little orange square. Habonius.
I'm sending them a message.
So, Ms. Jones, anything happen with you two getting together?
I think based on the nature of this case, we aren't going to be able to come to any type of agreement at this time.
Okay. All right, let's see. Emma Brothers and David Salamanca.
Your Honor, ready for Miss Brothers.
Ready for Mr. Salamanca, Your Honor.
Okay, do y'all have any witnesses besides your clients?
No, Your Honor.
On the part of the respondent, no, Your Honor, my client will also remain silent at this time.
Okay. All right, Ms. Brothers and let's see.
I'm sorry.
Take yourselves up and raise your right hand.
Your Honor, if you could turn up your volume a little bit, it's hard to hear you.
I think something's wrong with yours. You get a lot of feedback. Where's Mr. Salamanca?
He just raised his hand, Your Honor.
I see here, Your Honor. Okay, they go. Right, right. No, I saw Perez. Y'all swear for it? Keep it up, Mr. Perez, Salamanca Perez. Keep it up. Does he need an interpreter?
He does not, Your Honor, and he's actually not going to be testifying today anyway, so.
Okay, I'm still going to go swear both of them in. Raise your right hand, sir. Y'all swear firm testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, nod your head. Not you, Habonius. I'm not talking to you. Put your hand down. All right, put your hands down. Go ahead, Ms. Dortmund.
All right, Your Honor, I call David Salamanca as my first witness.
Your Honor, my client's not testifying. He's asserting his Fifth Amendment privilege. He's not been validly subpoenaed and required to testify in this hearing, Your Honor.
Your Honor, as the court is well aware, according to Rule 611C, in any civil case, either party can call the adverse party and use leading questions. So I do call David Salamanca.
Okay, then he's gonna. Now, does Mr. Salamanca, does he need the interpreter?
He does not, Your Honor.
Okay. So have you, Mr. Salamanca, take yourself off mute because I'm gonna need you to say something to me. I'm sure your lawyers explained this to you that Ms. Dorfman can ask you a question. If you don't have that whole if you exercise your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent in a civil case, I can take a negative inference. Or I can infer what the answer is going to be. So if she asks you, is your name David Salamanca Perez, and you say, obviously take an inference that that is your name. If they say, did you do this? Did you hit this person? You say, well, I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment, and I can take the assumption is you answer yes. Okay, so I can get negative inference or an inference from whatever person you don't answer. You have that right. Okay. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
All right. Mr. Salamanca, can you state your full name?
David Santiago Salamanca Perez.
Okay, so on all the paperwork, your name is David Santiago Salamanca, and now you're saying your legal name is David Santiago Salamanca Perez?
Your Honor, your objection that misstates the nature of his answer, Your Honor. He hasn't misrepresented anything to the court.
I'm not saying that he's misrepresented. I'm just saying that that's the first we've ever seen the name Perez. He signed everything as David Salamanca. So I'm just not aware. Is Perez his legal last name? Because we would need it for the court papers.
Your Honor, can we take a recess and move on to a separate case? I need to consult with my client regarding what's happening.
Okay, well, all I know is I got him on here is David Santiago Salamanca. Is that your name, sir? Take
He's
yourself
nodding
off.
his head in the affirmative.
That's my name, Your Honor.
Okay, where does Perez come from?
In my country, we have two last names.
Okay, I got that. So Perez, so is it Salamanca Perez?
Yeah, my full name is with Perez at the end.
Okay, it's David Santiago Salamanca Perez. Boom, got it. All right, go ahead, Ms. Dorfman.
Your Honor, I think Mr. Bennett said he would like to consult with his client. Mr. Bennett, I would be asking about many incidents that occurred with the petitioner. And so...
It doesn't sound like it's going to be a brief hearing in that case, Your Honor. So I suppose...
it won't take me long.
We're going to go through this whole Fifth Amendment thing. I'm going to have a little bit of time to explain to my client. It's actually the first time I've ever had this situation occur in a TPO hearing. Typically, my clients, it's just the first time this occurred. So I need to...
Your Honor, we've had this occur many, many times on TPOs. Again, it is a civil hearing following the Civil Procedure Act. And Rule 611C is very, very clear that I can call the adverse party and use leading questions.
All right, so you want to talk to him? Do you need him in a breakout room, or can you call him?
Me? Oh, he's right down the hallway, Judge.
Okay, do you want to go call him to explain to him?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to go speak to him if I can have 10 minutes, please.
Okay, all right. Okay.
And I'd also ask Ms. Dorfman for her email address in the chat so I can send her my exhibits and she can provide me with the police report that she has and she intends to enter into evidence in this case.
All right, Ms. Ramirez. And Mr. Garcia Tobar. So you got Mr. Lewis back?
Señora Ramírez y señor García Tobar.
Don't see Mr. Lewis back. Okay, how about we do this? All right, Ms. Jones, so we got LaShawn Walker and Tavius Smith. That's ready, right?
We are.
All right, you have any witnesses?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
All right. Tavius Smith, you have any witnesses? Looking at your ceiling. Take yourself off mute.
Okay, I'm here.
You have any witnesses?
Yes, I have my wife. She's here.
Okay, she needs to leave the room.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Smith, Sean Walker, y'all both raise your right hands. Sean Walker, you take yourself off mute. Your military license, Smith.
Oh.
Y'all swear firm testimony about to give us the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Ms. Jones is gonna ask Ms. Walker a few things, and then you'll get to ask her a couple of questions, and then or Ms. Jones can call you as a witness first. It just depends on how she wants to go. Go ahead, Ms. Jones.
You want me to just proffer or ask her the questions regarding?
You can call her or call him. Either one.
I'll call Ms. Walker first.
All right. You don't have to tell her. Go ahead, Ms. Walker.
Mr. Walker, or do you just want to explain what's going on today? And we'll go from there.
Yes. Well, to start off, we have joint custody, and in the custody papers, we can't do corporate punishment. Basically, February 5th, I picked the boys up. They was whispering in the back seat. They didn't tell me what to do.
Maybe it's easier if Ms. Jones just asks you what happened. I don't need to know about violence. When it happened, what happened? That's what I need to know.
Well, that's what she's answering. So I said, what happened? She just explained that the two, they aren't married, but they share custody. On one of the weekends that she picked her boys up from the father, which was February 5th. Now she's telling you what happened regarding the corporal punishment to the child.
Tell me what he did to the child.
He was whooped with a belt for not flushing the toilet, and he had bruises on him. That was the first incident, and he told him.
When did that happen?
That was on February 5th.
Okay.
The first weekend of February.
All right. How old's your child?
He's 7.
Son. Okay, just the one son, that's it?
We have 2. We have a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Okay. We're just talking about the 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, what else happened?
Basically, he told him, not to tell. He said this was going to happen more. He's going to get more. He went back over the third weekend, and it happened again. The first time it happened, I wasn't aware of it till we got home because he kept asking to take a bath. So he went in the restroom. That was when I noticed what happened. He asked if he can ask me a question. That was when he explained what happened.
So what do you mean you noticed what happened? What does that mean?
The bruises that was over his body.
This was the second time or just the first time?
This was the first time.
Okay.
That was
I want to
at
know about
home.
the next time.
First, Miss Walker, did you call the police the first time that you picked them up?
I did.
Okay, and then when the police came out, did they notice bruises on the baby body?
They did.
Did they suggest that you go take your son anywhere?
Yes, they escorted me to the emergency room, and there the crime scene came and took pictures.
Okay, and at that time, did they see bruises on his body and take pictures of the bruises on his body?
They did.
And where were the bruises on your child's body?
One under his left eye, I want to say, on the inside of his right thigh, the back side of his thigh as well.
And anywhere else?
No, there was just like the leg parts and over his face.
Okay. And then you allowed your child to go back to his home 2 weeks later. Why?
Yes, because it's inside of the order, and I didn't want to be in contempt. I explained it to the officers. I explained it to everybody that I could, and I was informed that I have to go with the order, and plus no one thought that he would do it again.
Okay. Now, was there abuse that took place what weekend is this? Is this February? What?
This is the third weekend of February. They go on the first and third.
Of what year?
Let me interrupt y'all for 1 second. I have to do these expertise. I'll be back, right? Just give me a minute.
Señora Morales Ramírez, ponga su correo electrónico en el chat. I'm just telling Ms. Morales Ramírez to place her email on the chat. ¿Sabe cómo hacerlo? Vaya donde dice chat, sea H-A-T, apriete ahí. Si está en el teléfono, son 3 botoncitos. Y pone ahí su correo electrónico, asegúrese que esté bien.
No nos sale dónde para poner mi chat. no sale.
Le voy a decir a la secretaria que él ponga su correo electrónico. Entonces, no se preocupe, ahorita le digo. Gracias. ¿Cuál es su correo electrónico, señora? What is your email? ¿Cuál es su correo electrónico? Oh, no le oigo. Okay.
Ahí está.
Sí, ¿cuál es su correo electrónico?
Ramírez 82 rm @gmail.com.
Ok, se lo voy a repetir. Ramírez, con Z al final, 82, R de Roberto, M de María, @gmail.com.
Sí.
Ok.
Gracias.
De nada, señor.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Jones.
I believe we were on the 3rd weekend of February. Was that what year?
It was this year, 2023.
And what violence took place that weekend?
He picked them up from daycare on that Friday, and the boys say when they got home, he said, "Didn't I tell you not to tell your mother?" Basically, he run me and the boys and whooped him again. The first incident, the oldest didn't witness, but he was there to witness the second time.
Okay, and was the police called this time?
Yes, that the police was called as soon as I picked them up, so I was still at his location at that time because they came out the home crying and they told me then.
Okay, and what happened with the police this day?
Police came out. He took pictures and also called the crime scene. She came out and she took pictures as well.
Now, were there new bruises on his body?
They were.
Where were those located?
Those was located just all over his buttocks.
Okay. We have anything further to say regarding?
No, ma'am.
Have you communicated with the defendant regarding?
Well, he kept texting and calling for the boys because the daycare didn't allow him to pick them up. And I just sent him over the first copy of the first court date that we had. And after that, no, not until I want to say it was Friday that just passed. He came knocking at the door, and I guess he had a police that escorted him. But he came and he knocked at the door, and everything was told to the officer and given the police reports.
Outside of this, has it been previous family violence between you two?
Yes, back in 2013, he cut my throat. I was in the process of moving out because I was just tired of the abusiveness. He cut my throat. The officers was called. He was on the run for a minute. They basically placed me and the kids to a shelter. From the shelter, I went to go stay with his mom.
Okay, is that the only time, or was it another police report?
Yes, back in 2020, I want to say that's when they started. He would come by the home, banging at the door. Well, the first time was he came and he got the kids, and it was supposed to be for the weekend because I never had an issue with him seeing his kids or being around his kids. This particular time, he took the kids for basically 3 weeks out the summer. I was calling, I was texting. He cut the kids' location off. Eventually, I called the police, tried to make a kidnap report, but they basically said, he's the father. I let him go. It wasn't considered kidnap. He was texting saying he wasn't going to bring him back. The officer even called him and told the police he wasn't going to bring him back. Then they suggested I go and do the court. Didn't have the money to do the court. I convinced him to come over with the boys. Once he brought the boys back, I never let him go back. So he went to court, tried to do custody, but that's when they switched it over to legitimation because he wasn't legitimized. During that time, he would come by the house 2 different occasions, banging at the door, threatening to shoot up the house, saying the kids are in the house, even kicking the door in. Well, he didn't kick the door in, but he was kicking at the door. The second time was 2000 and that's the third time. 2021, we had COVID, me and one of the boys. So he came over, banging at the door, kicking at the door. I called the police. He was making threats, and I'm end up like my sister. She was her boyfriend. Shot her 12 times. The operator was hearing him steady banging at the door, making the threats.
Tell me what the operator said. Just tell me what happened.
Okay, he was steady banging at the door, making threats, and saying he was gonna shoot up the house, and I'm gonna end up like my sister, my deceased sister.
All right. Anything else for her?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
All right, sir. Do you have any relevant questions to ask her? You gotta take yourself off mute, sir.
Do I have any relevant questions?
To ask her.
I mean, I really just want to know, because I don't know anything about this abuse thing that she's saying,
Okay, so you heard what you had to say. Now's the time for you to. Do you have any questions? For instance, like a question would be, "What is your name?" And she answers it. So do you have any questions for her?
Yes, I do. So I just want to know, when did this abuse take place? I heard her say
the Sunday that I sent you the picture and text you about.
Right, but it's a bit gap
in
between.
We're not going to argue. Ask another question, Mr. Smith. She said the Sunday she sent you the picture. What's your next question?
Why didn't you inform me too? I mean, you informed me with a picture, and then I told you that they play like kids. You know what I mean? And then why didn't you tell me that he had to go to the hospital, all this? I never knew all that.
Why didn't you tell me you took him to the doctor?
Because at that point in time, I was upset and angry. My concern was the care of my child, and he was in fear for selling.
Next question.
Why you didn't let me know what happened the last time when they left here? Because when they left here, they was.
I'm not question. Why didn't you let him know what happened? Answer the question.
Because we was right outside of his home, and he actually came outside his home and got inside of his car and left when the incident and everything was going on with the police and the crime scene there.
Can I answer that, or do I need to say another question?
You need another question. What's your next question? You can tell me your story after you finish asking her question.
Okay.
Any more questions for her?
Nah, that's it.
All right. Ms. Jones, you got any questions for him?
Maybe after he say his point. I don't.
Go ahead, Mr. Smith. I'll hear from you.
Okay, so what y'all want to know, because I don't know really hardly nothing about what's going on.
This is a joke today, right? Today is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. I got all excited because everybody except for one person had their name other than something other than iPhone. And now today, everybody's here on serious allegations of family violence and or stalking, and y'all act like you ain't got a clue what's happening. I cannot believe this. She made allegations against you. Did you use corporal, not just corporal punishment, because corporal punishment is legal, but you used such punishment that it left bruises on this child. It seems like to me, if I were you, I would want to tell my side of the story to the woman in the black robe that's making the decision here. So there you go. I'll hear it from you.
Okay. Well, can I start off with the punishment part? I make my kids stand in the corner for timeout, and I have them write. I got paper where they write their name or they write what they done, and they have to write their sight words. So to start with that. Okay. Now let's start back with
Let's start by respond to the allegations she made.
That's what I just did. I just told you I don't do no corporate punishment. I don't even whoop them at all. I make them
specific allegations on specific dates, sir.
Okay. So I guess
I want to hear your story, sir, but she made allegations on specific dates and what the children said. So
okay. So I guess it was the February the 3rd, the first weekend. I get them first, the 3rd and the 5th. So I guess it was the first weekend that I get them. That's when she said I did all that, which I didn't. She sent the picture and she didn't communicate with me after I had told her. I was like, I don't know what happened in that picture. It could have been they play fight a lot. They touch each other a lot. I don't know what happened. They came back over here and then they left. I got video of them leaving comfortably. They taking popsicles out the house, so there's no way that they was crying or doing anything when they left here. I do have the video. I don't have the video of them outside my house because she didn't bring them to my house or nowhere where I can see them by my house. Now, my wife got in the car and went to the store and came back, and that's how I know that she had brought the police to my house. And not once did I walk around there because I didn't know what was going on. So I just left it alone. You know what I mean? But she had already been asking for my door number and stuff like that. So that's when I knew something was going to happen. Now, back in 2018, I placed the order out so I can get legitimized against her because she kept keeping them away or whatever. But before I placed the order, let's go back to the allegation she was saying about me being a violent person and I do all this stuff when I provide the home for her to stay in and those kids, and I did not put no knife or nothing to nobody, nothing. I only restrained her and I walked out the door and got in my car and I left. So she called the police and the police says I did all these things, put all these felonies on me because I was not there. But this is my home. I could have came right back to my home, but it was a heated moment and I did not want it to go farther than what it did. So was it no weapons involved, but she said it was. And then they put it on my record, and then I had to go through probation and all that. It's been 7 years. I have been off probation. I paid it all. I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to do. Now, prior to Miss Walker, I'd never been in any trouble. And after Miss Walker, I'd never been in any trouble. Only trouble I ever had is with Vanshawn Walker. Only problems I ever have is with Vanshawn Walker.
Hey, Mr. Smith, so we done got off on 285. We have circled it and missed our exit.
I know, but she has a lawyer. I need to get me one. The lawyer keeping her on track. So I need a lawyer to keep me on track. And if I knew I was coming to court to do all this, I would have a lawyer. I just got the paper on Sunday.
And you said you read it.
Huh?
Ms. Jones, you have a question?
Yes.
And pictures of, you're going to show us some of these pictures?
We can. I would have to do share my screen.
Please don't share if it's
or just put it in the chat.
If it's genitalia area or anything like that, if it's just like child's legs, that's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't going to show his buttocks or anything like such. But for starters, you said when the children left February 5th, she sent you text messages of this child bruises.
That's it. Just a picture of his leg. One picture of his leg.
Okay. And then when the children returned to your home 2 weeks later, did you see the bruises then?
No.
Okay. When you guys meet up and transport your children, how she don't know your door number?
When she comes outside, I don't know. Everything is outside. She comes right to the door. She can get out, walk around. She can come inside if she wants, but she never does. She just goes off. But it's here.
And then your wife let you know that the police were around the corner, but you didn't go out to see what was wrong with your children?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know what was going on.
You weren't concerned?
I was concerned, but after she told me, it was really like kind of too late because they was basically leaving and stuff like that.
Okay. Did you try to follow up with the police at all?
No, I didn't because I didn't know what was going on. I thought she was just, basically doing what she normally do, just making up lies. And it's all good. I'm gonna fight it in court, just like I'm doing now, of something that I didn't do. It's always happened to me. Just keep going with her. Nobody else in this world but her.
Okay. You stated even back then, instead of putting a knife to her neck, you restrained her. How did you restrain her?
I kind of grabbed her. Therefore, my nails be long or whatever. I kind of scratched her around the neck, and when I grabbed her, I put her down to the ground, and I got up and I walked out the door. So, however you want to interpret that, that's how it went.
Just asking. So you must grab her with enough force to be able to scratch her neck versus.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. And you said you grabbed her around the neck, not the arms, not.
Nah.
Were you attempting to choke her?
Nah. I was fighting, and basically, she was fighting me back. I just tried to grab her, and I just maybe grabbed her and scratched her at the same time. I wasn't trying to choke her.
Okay. All right, Your Honor. I don't have any more questions for him. I mean, we could share the screen.
I really didn't even finish my side. She kind of stopped me, even though I wasn't hitting the right points. Like, she said all this stuff that I still haven't answered to.
That's what I was wanting you to do, but I want to see these pictures. Let me see the pictures.
Okay.
Security access.
Mr. Lewis, we'll take your case next.
Is it showing you guys?
Oh, ma'am.
Why I got you guys up?
And Judge, we're back on the brothers case.
Okay. Anything worked out, or is it just not going to take long? Not going to take long?
Yeah, I don't know, Your Honor. I do have some legal arguments about this assertion that 24-6-611C allows her to call my client without having to speak to
Okay,
him.
hold on. All right, so these pictures are all in February? Okay.
These are ones that she took herself a couple days after. Well, this one is February 5th, and
that's the one that I sent him.
Okay, ma'am, just please let her. Back to bed, get it again, and start over. All right, so they're taking February the 5th.
This one is February the 5th. This is the inside of the child's. Ms. Van Sean Walker, are these pictures that you took?
Yes.
Were sent out of your phone?
Yes.
Were they manipulated in any type of way?
No.
Are they I'm sorry, would it seem as if the same pictures that were taken on these dates?
I'm sorry.
The pictures are the same as you reported them to be from out of your phone?
Yes.
All right. Back for anything else? Okay, so this one is the inside of the child's leg. It is a bruise right here that stems from the front. And then there is the back of his leg right here, which shows a bruise. There is a bruise right here on the inside, on the cheek of the child. There are other pictures, but like I said, I won't put his buttocks up. A bruise on his butt, but it's literally. So these were the bruises that the police saw as well and took pictures, but we weren't able to get those pictures back in time for this hearing. There are
these the only pictures.
There is the police reports.
Let me ask you questions. Is defect? Okay, I'm here.
Yes. They are. There is a investigation by defects according to the police report. The number is right here.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is it assigned to a juvenile court judge?
I'm not sure yet, Ms. Okay. Better than I if it has already. We don't represent her.
All right, ma'am. Have you been assigned a juvenile court judge and asked to go to court in juvenile court over this?
No, ma'am, but the defense lady is coming out.
Just yes or no. Don't tell me what the defense lady is. Okay.
No.
All right. Anything else?
No, ma'am, not at this time. Nothing evidence-wise.
All right, you stop sharing your screen. Let me hear from Mr. Smith. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Okay, so I guess back in 2016, is when I had my second son, which is Tavion. I'm just saying.
I don't need background. I need you to respond to the allegations that she's made. The bruises on the child's leg. That's what I need from you.
Ma'am, I don't know nothing about those bruises. She could have did that in the time when they got home and then tried to blame it on me. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't. When they leave my house, they say
what about the child saying that you did it?
It's because she coaches him on certain things. I mean, he ain't the brightest child, but she can brainwash him. But my oldest son, it's hard for her kind of to brainwash him. So that's all I got on that.
Has DFACS reached out to you?
No, I went to her place. They told me a court order, so that was Friday, and then that was Friday, and then on that 18th of February, March, I got served. No, it was the 19th. It was Sunday, but they say the paperwork said the 18th I got served, but I got served on a Sunday, which was the 19th of March.
Did a DFACS worker reach out to you?
No.
Y'all have another case pending right now.
I don't know. You telling me?
There is a modification being submitted under in regards to the parenting plan, but other than that, no.
Who is that assigned to?
It hasn't been assigned just yet.
So it hasn't been filed yet? It hasn't been filed yet?
Yeah.
When does somebody plan on filing it?
Right after this hearing. We were just gonna attach the TPOs and other things to it as well.
We can't get it resolved off this first hearing?
Believe it or not, I can't even figure out about something you're saying, whatever was even happening.
Because what's going on?
I believe at this point, Your Honor, we're just looking for the TPO to be granted. There is extreme family violence between the two, and they do share the children. The child, he is 7. He does suffer from a learning disability, but I think it'd be, I'm not an expert to say that it'd be hard to manipulate him to say anything, but right now there are bruises on the child. He stated he got a whooping. I'm not sure how you can get a bruise on the inside of your leg without a belt or some type of swapping of the child. I guess that regardless of which way the facts go, there is family violence, and a TPO is definitely necessary until it gets sorted out in some other type of way.
Well, I mean, investigation. So here's what I'll do is I'm gonna, when do you plan on filing it? When do you plan on filing the modification?
Hopefully soon. We were working that out as far as attorneys and client and fees and things like such. So
are you asking that Mr. Smith not have any contact with the children at all? Or are you asking that he have like visits with if his mom is a
she's asking for no contact as it stands.
What? At all?
Right.
That's crazy.
Now, if we gotta put it to where it is visitation with supervision, I mean, we might can meet in the middle there, depending on how.
So who does your client, Mr. Smith, is your mom around?
No, my baby just walked down the steps.
Your mom?
Nah. Yeah, my mom is around. Yeah, she's alive.
All right. Does she live near you?
Yes, she does.
How close?
She live down. She live in the same apartment complex as I do.
Okay. So if the time that you had visits, could your mother kind of be the supervisor and the children stay with them until y'all can get in the modification case?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's what we'll do.
Now the thing is, it is overnight visit. Are they expected to stay at night?
I mean, as long as they stay with grandma, does your mom not want to see the kids overnight, Mr. Smith?
We love my kids.
That's gonna work.
We love my kids. She loves them. There's no problem.
What's wrong with his mother, Ms. Walker?
Me and his mother have had plenty falling outs. The kids has been over there. They feel unsafe at the grandma's house. She has witnessed the way that that he treats the 7-year-old. The 10-year-old is fine. The 7-year-old, he's abusive mentally and physically. My baby is terrified. He is
Who's got money for a guardian ad litem? Somebody's paying for a guardian. Who's got it?
How much is it?
$4,000.
You have a problem with every family member, everybody.
Man, can the kids speak, man? I went through this.
I don't want to about to talk to some kids. Miss Jones,
I mean, the modification is going to request an emergency.
It's not yet, and I want to know what's going on.
It hasn't yet, but it will be.
I mean, I know you say you will, but if you go on and 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 on, and that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see if I can get a guardian. Hold on a second.
We had court once.
I'm ready. I'm not trying to pay for a guardian. I pay child support. I pay child support already. I think did you mute me, Judge?
I sure did. Stop talking.
Judge, can I say one thing?
Nope. Not yet. Y'all both working?
Yes.
and y'all be able to either split the fee. It's probably going to be about $2,500 retainer. Y'all can split it halfway. And what that would do is that guardian would carry over into the modification. So that if anything else happened, then she could report to what she found in the modification.
I don't have that.
Well,
and I just don't understand why is it such a big.
Here's what we don't, because you're talking in circles. I want to know listen to me. I want to know what's happening with this child. And a guardian ad litem is an investigative arm. So y'all can split it. Tell me which one you want to do. You want to split it, or are you going to pay it all, Ms. Walker, and let it get reapportioned in the modification? Sir, this is only going to help you or hurt you in the modification. If you're not doing anything wrong, then it will help you. So which do you want? Somebody's going to pay it because she ain't working for free.
Can I say something? In the alternative, if they aren't able to pay, is it possible to just come to a conclusion where it is still supervised visits, but not overnight on a weekend that he
They're not going to do that. She hates all his relatives. He hates all her relatives.
I mean,
I never said that.
But that's what it's going to say. I can already tell you, Mr. Smith, 17,000 of these TPOs, and I can tell you exactly how this goes. She hates everybody that's related to you. And everybody she named, you're gonna say you hate them. I have seen this movie.
Judge,
you know what? Judge. I'm appointing a guardian. She's gonna get on here in a few seconds.
Her relatives have a baby by my brother and my.
I'm gonna appoint a guardian. She's gonna be on here in a few minutes. She's gonna get your information.
She can keep them.
Wow, Mr. Smith. That's awesome.
Much, man. I go through too much with this, man. Not even the money part.
All right. Here's Miss Green, Miss Brittany Green. I'm going to place you. Mr. Smith is just, he's just like, what the hell? I don't care anymore. Mr. Smith, I'm going to make Miss Green.
That's not what I'm saying, man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just frustrated.
Stop talking over me right now. So, Miss Jones is the attorney for mom. There's bruises on the child. Talk around in circles. I'm not going to get enough information. I need some help. I need somebody to talk about the child. Tell me what's going on. Miss Green, your co-host, you can take Miss Jones and LaShawn Walker into it. You can move them into a breakout room, maybe before a team up. You can talk to Mr. Smith.
Okay.
So you do it whichever way you want to do it.
I'll do it separate.
Okay, but Miss Jones represents Miss Walker.
Okay.
All right, let's do this stuff. We've got to take care of this one with the interpreter. Ramirez and Tobar.
Yes, it's me, Rocio Ramirez. Ramirez Santabar. Yeah, it's me, Rocio Ramirez.
Lewis.
Yes, Judge, I am here, and
there's Arturo Garcia.
Arturo Garcia.
And he should still be on the Zoom session as well.
Okay.
Judge,
hold on a second. I've already sworn Miss Claudia in, but she's gonna swear them in. Miss Ramirez, Mr. Garcia, raise your right hand.
Señora Ramírez, señor García, levanten su mano derecha.
Do y'all swear affirm the testimony about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Juran que la declaración que van a hacer aquí será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad.
Sí, lo juramos.
Yes, we swear. Yes, we swear.
All right. So, Ms. Ramirez, get your hand down.
Señora Ramirez.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Yes, sir, Ms. Lewis.
And I'm sorry to interrupt the court. Judge, I am looking at a bond order that does exactly what you are being asked to do in the TPO issued by, it looks like, Keith Morrow. Are you interested in knowing about that?
Su señoría, yo veo aquí una orden de la fianza